Hello. Hi, Joan.
Hi, Cynthia.
And I'm here with Joan Tollifson, and she's the author of several books, and she's the leader of meetings on the subject of awareness and non-duality, which is perfect because we're here at the Science of Non-Duality. And Joan also has a real knowledge in Buddhism and also Advaita. I hope I pronounced that right.
Advaita, yeah.
Thank you. And you don't belong to any particular tradition.
No.
But I think I really respect that because it feels like there's a legitimacy and authenticity to your work. And I'm just so glad to meet you today.
Thank you.
And I've got a question, which is basically, I'd like to know if there's something that you're feeling, it might be today or in general, that you feel like you know for sure, that most people really don't know, but could seriously improve their lives if they did know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to me that the one thing that we all know for sure, even though we may not have noticed it,
Yes.
is that we are here. That there's, and I don't mean, when I say we, I don't mean Joan and Cynthia. I mean aware presence is here. This awareing presence is here, and that this present happening is happening. In other words, we can doubt what it is that's happening, whether it's subatomic particles or pure consciousness or whatever, but we can't doubt just the bare happening itself or the perceiving of it. So present experiencing and awareing presence, which are really an undivided happening. That's what I would say is the one thing with two components that we all know with doubtless certainty, but we may not have noticed it. And so my work really is all about waking up in this moment right now, bringing our attention to what's here now, to what's going on right here now. And I feel that is the gateless gate, the secret of liberation. And it's easy to overlook or ignore it. We can't actually ignore it. We are the present moment. It's all there ever is.
But is it a bit like a fish swimming through water and it doesn't notice the water?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and because we're so accustomed and conditioned to being in our heads.
Yes.
And thinking in abstract concepts and so on, that we often don't really pay any attention to pure experiencing, by which I mean visual sensations, auditory sensations, somatic sensations.
Like a little hummingbird just flew past your head.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so, and when we pay attention to sensations, everything is moving and changing, and it's not solid and separate and the way we think it is. So,
there's a kind of freedom in that, it sounds like.
Exactly.
Liberation of sorts.
It frees us from the illusion that is at the root of our suffering, which is that we are a separate unit encapsulated inside a separate body looking out at an alien world. So
there's a deeper access to who we are? Would you say that's true?
Yeah, we notice this awareing presence, which is always here, but it's so obvious it's easy to overlook, you know. And also when we're really just awake in the moment, we see beauty everywhere. I mean, because the beauty is in the seeing, not in the object, really. So when you really, like, here's the sound of a jet plane going over.
Directly overhead.
And, you know, just enjoying the sound as a sensation, as an auditory sensation.
That's priceless, because I think so many of us get fixated on what is wrong. You know, we focus on, like, oh, that's a mistake.
Right. It's a jet plane. It's interrupting
boy.
the interview. It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened.
You know, instead of just, you know.
Right.
It's just part of this moment. It's part of the living reality of this moment. You know, and in that just pure sound, just there's no boundary between the one hearing and the sound.
So instead of fighting life experiences, no matter what they might be, because sometimes we want to push it away. Like,
right.
I don't want sickness. You know, I don't want these bad things.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So you just say, like, okay, this is where it is right now. And
yes.
you are in that experience.
Yes, it's really just allowing this moment to be the way it is.
And it can be safe. I think people might be afraid at first. I know.
Well, it's very counterintuitive because we think that if we don't do something, if we don't manage the situation, we'll just sink deeper and deeper into, whatever, pain or suffering.
Right.
But it's actually, when we say just allowing everything to be as it is, it doesn't mean that we can't take intelligent action in the next moment. In fact, intelligent action comes out of that kind of aware presence and acceptance.
Yes.
But we're really talking about a very instantaneous allowing right now. So just allowing whatever shows up to be as it is, and in giving it attention.
You just breathe. That's something someone watching this right now could do. Whatever might be bothering them, just take a deep breath.
You just be with it.
And be with it.
'cause
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, like
whatever the pain is, the suffering might be.
Pain.
Just be with it.
Yeah, or a feeling of.
And then what happens when you do that?
Well, that's for everyone to find out. But, I don't want to say, but when we really pay attention to something, like say there's tension in the body, or if you just pay attention to the pure sensation, the energy, the sensation, you find out that it's moving, it's changing, it's vibrating, and at the core of it, there's really nothing at all. Whereas if you stay in your head with, oh, there's a horrible pain, I don't know if I can take it anymore, then you're resisting it, and you're telling a story about it, and you're creating an opposition between you and it. And so it's something shifts when we meet it directly like that.
Thank you so much for answering my question today.
Well, thank you, Cynthia.
Is it okay to hug you?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Okay.